Marin, congratulations for the first point for Team Europe. You and Frances were the first ones to play competitive match on this unique black surface. How would you, as a seasoned veteran in the game, describe these conditions?
Thank you for congratulations. I think the core looks really good. It's also playing really well. Maybe just the first few days when we were hitting on it, it was not easy to see the ball. But you know, as we got used to it, it's really very comfortable. And I think looking also from TV or from the side, it looks very good. I think for the fans, it's something different, something new, and you know, it can be you know, a point of the Laver Cup that it's definitely unique. And you know, for me, it was definitely great to start and to open with Francis this event, especially that we played a very solid match, very good level, and I hope also that the crowd enjoyed. And definitely for me, I'm very happy that I brought the first point for our team.
Marin, obviously you've played many Grand Slam tournaments. Is Laver Cup somehow comparable to Grand Slam tournaments? Atmosphere, the hall, facilities?
I think it's just a little bit different. Obviously, in Grand Slams, it's you are there on your own. Over here is more a team. Team is in the first spot as a priority, and we are more here, everyone together, practicing and you know, going day through day on everyone together and exchanging some experiences and discussing what is the best. I would say that definitely I can relate to Masters in London with this kind of event, just the organization, the quality of everything. First of all, also the you know, the best players in the world, and then the facilities here. The arena is definitely amazing, one of the best that I played at, and the organization is just amazing for us players. And as we are not too many, I think, you know, everything is very specified for everyone, and I think everyone feels really good.
Marin, to follow up the previous question, can you talk about the pressures that you felt before and during the match? Is it comparable to a ATP tournament, or it was not the same for you on the court?
Maybe I can relate a little bit to the Davis Cup with this kind of competition. Obviously, I wanted to do well and to get that first point for our team. And, you know, I would say there is more pressure. Just trying to be, obviously, I try to be a little bit more focused in my game throughout the match to you know, keep it all the time at the highest possible level. Even, you know, people were questioning if this is going to be exhibition, but for none of us this is exhibition. We are very much into it. We prepared really well. Obviously it's a different format. It's a little bit quicker than what we are used to, but we are, you know, 100% into it, and you know, it's great that, you know, team is behind. Everyone is gonna bring in some small advices or tips about the players that we are confronting. So I think it's very enjoyable.
Hey Marin, hey, congrats to the win on the first points for Team Europe. You guys are all here for like honoring the past of tennis, honoring Rod Laver. In your eyes, what's his legacy for tennis? Do you think that anybody else in tennis could like achieve what he does and what he did in the past?
You know, definitely there is possibility in the future that you know, we could have in tennis players that could achieve something what he did. I think this is an amazing thing from Roger and the team from organizing committee that they organize something like this in honor of Rod, as he should be also a little bit, I think, even more celebrated in our game. What he achieved, especially at those times where I think you know, the media and the, you know, popularity of tennis might not have been as it is today, but you know, at his time he was extremely big professional, probably one of the best that the game has seen, and you know, he transformed tennis and that's something that we are all taking from and getting back from tennis also because of him.
Marin, right at the back in the dark. To Marin and to Thomas. Marin, what was it like being advised by Bjorn? And Thomas, what was it like being part of this group and being on the sidelines helping out?
Definitely, it was a big honor for me to sit next to Bjorn, especially on the court, and to open up this event. And Bjorn has huge knowledge of tennis, and it was also a pleasure to spend with him last few days, also on the practice court and during our meetings, lunches, and dinners as well. And on the court, he's very easygoing, very stable. He's definitely gave me several advices in good times and supported me, I think, and has done really, really well, and I enjoyed my time on the court with him.
Yeah, it's a big honor for me to first of all help my big idol Björn Borg, to assist him, to help him to prepare the team and to work with this incredible European team, I would say. And I was honored to be asked to work with them, and with Marianne and with all the guys in the team. They really have worked hard. I'm impressed how determined, dedicated they've been to this event, and they're really into it. And they're here to celebrate, like we have talked about here, Rod Laver and tennis in general, and the legacy of the greatest, one of the greatest champion we ever had. But they're also here to, as always, to perform and to win and to represent their team in the best possible way. So they've been unbelievable, determined, and I'm, it's just, for me, it's a dream come true to be that close to some of the greatest champion ever played the game. It's an honor.
Marin, I don't know how much time you had a chance during your match to look at the other players who were watching you, but if you did, what's it like to see Roger Federer standing up, fist pumping, at the corner of your eye when you usually see him on the other court trying to beat you, and seeing Nadal and the other guys just cheering you on?
Yeah. In one way, it's definitely a lot of fun. In the other way, it I think just gives you a little bit more extra determination and that extra focus that you deliver on the court. That's for me one of the biggest things that we have in tennis, playing in Davis Cups or playing in team competitions. That a team from the sidelines can give you that extra edge, can bring you that few percent that could make a difference. So for me, especially watching me play and supporting me means a lot, and definitely very thrilled that I'm part of the team, and that I hope that we're gonna be able to win at the end.
Marin, players are often very tired after Davis Cup matches because it's best of 5 matches. Here you play just 2 sets and then Champions tiebreak. Can you compare it to Davis Cup in intensity and yeah?
Obviously, in terms of physicality, is not that demanding, and I would say mentally. Obviously, you have to focus a lot, and I would say it might be even a little bit tougher here. We are playing indoors. The court is playing also medium to faster pace, so you have to be ready from the beginning, and you cannot have any lapses in your game. So it's very critical to play every single game, every single set to the best of your potential. As you never know if you drop a set and then things go to the super tiebreak. You can be losing, but so it makes it very exciting. And then I think for the fans, it's very thrilling, and plus the matches are not going too long.
How do you see this year's Wimbledon? You played your first final, but injured there.
Definitely for me, that was one of the highlights of my career, reaching the final of Wimbledon. I had amazing lead up to get to the final with 2 very good events before that in Queens and Hertogenbosch as well. And also my form was peaking really nicely, and what I was extremely proud of and happy that I kept that consistency level extremely high for several weeks in a row. And with that, I think that I opened one extra door for me for the rest of my career, finding that balance of playing really well and keeping that throughout every single match, and to get that kind of result at the end, even though I was not at the best possible way competing in the final, still it gives me a huge confidence moving forward.
Marin Cilic, playing in Prague in Europe, did you feel like, do you have like home court advantage?
I think so, at least a little bit. Because it's a first match, maybe the fans are not so much into it. Who knows if they were expecting it's going to be a little bit easier weekend for all of us. But it's not easy to relate and to cheer for Croatian when you are a Czech or German or Spanish. I don't know. But I think and I hope that we're gonna get good support, and especially when the matches are gonna get going, when we're gonna play several matches, and probably when we get to the day 2, I think the crowd is gonna get a little bit more into it, and I think that is gonna make it obviously more fun for everyone and for the fans in the crowd and for us on the court.
Hi, Marin. Congratulations. I'd like to know, between players sometimes there is a rivalry and there is not always friendship. Mm-hmm. Do you think this kind of event will help you and the other players to become more friends, since maybe you are in the same sort of team and you have to support each other, talk to each other more than you normally do, have dinner together maybe, and things like that? And to Enqvist, just a quick one. You are not going to announce who is playing tomorrow before tomorrow morning. What do you think about that? Because we are a little surprised. I mean, we could have said today who is playing and announce for the tickets, for the spectators. And I mean, what do you think about this idea to not say it the day before?
Go ahead.
But to start to answer that question, I think it's great, to be honest with you, because I think it keeps the fans and you guys speculating. We actually know who is playing, so we all know who you can watch. You can enjoy. Tomorrow we know we're going to enjoy Nadal and Federer and Berdych in the singles. But what I think is so great about it is that the other team will not know until tomorrow morning, so they have to go to bed, try to think about, I could play 3 of those players, and it's the same for the fans and for everybody. There will be speculation. I think you should put him because they have a good record against this, and I think that's what makes this exciting and different. So I think it's a great idea.
For me, considering your question, I think obviously spending time with the guys, we know each other really well on the tour, but it's rarely that we're gonna have opportunity to share, locker rooms together, lunch, dinner, breakfast, and things like that. And definitely we're gonna have, I believe, a good bond for going forward, and something to relate to. And definitely for me, it is a pleasure to spend time with these great guys, starting with Thomas and all the rest in the team. You can learn a lot. You can see, what are the guys doing, what are their routines, how are they dedicated every single day. And in every single way, I think it's very positive. And also another thing that we are talking a lot about the matches, talking about the tactics, how to play who and in which kind of way. So it also opens up your mind to different ideas for the game, and I think it's very enjoyable. Thank you.
Thank you.